I was first drawn to this image because of the tone of the color and almost whimsical feeling I get from looking at it. In the image, a girl with braided blonde hair is in the center of the frame, turned away from the camera so all the viewer can see is the angle of her left cheek, chin, and the corner of her eye, which is mostly covered by almost white strands of hair falling out of her braid. She's shot from mid-back upwards, so all we see is her shoulders and her braid. The girl's wearing a loose, blue striped shirt. It looks like it's oversized and casual from the way that it falls off her back and the collar is not fully down. She's standing in what appears to be a grove of palm leaves or trees, although the image is zoomed in enough on the girl that all that can be seen from the leaves is from the trees is a few, the strands of the leaves. This image uses a lot of contrast from the darkness of the leaves to the way that the girl's hair is almost white in some places, while the shadows of her braid and the hair by her nape is very dark in comparison. Contrast can also be seen in the light, which we see coming above her head through the trees, and how it creates light and shadows, which accentuate the contrast of the leaves. The colors of the image are very desaturated, which adds to the whimsical feeling of the image. But I wish there had been more light coming from a different angle, or that we could see where the light was coming from more. Without the light, the desaturation of the image makes everything look a little bit flat and a little bit washed out. Personally, I kind of enjoy this effect because it makes the image feel more vintage and whimsical, which I think is an interesting thing. The composition of the image is interesting because the focus and framing of the girl makes her very obviously the subject. However, the background is not blurred out, nor does it overbear her in any way. The viewer feels as though they're following the girl into this forest of palm leaves. It feels very carefree and adventurous. If I could change anything about the image, I would have shot somewhere where the light was coming from a different angle, perhaps from the right-hand side of the image to better highlight her features or create a little more shadowing on her body. Or so that the spot directly above her head isn't the only part of the image that's so bright. It kind of detracts from the focus of the subject, which obviously is the girl.